So spring just makes me want to start eating healthier, so I'm going back to a high-carb, low-fat diet. Vegan, of course. So I've prepared a bunch of stuff to make eating really easy this week. So I just did all this food prep at my dad's. It just took me about 2 hours, and that's with laundry. So I got all this done, and I'm gonna be ready for the week. So I'm gonna show you what I prepared. First up, I made some peanut butter chocolate balls. These are like date balls, like protein balls. Super tasty. Next up, I cooked up a bunch of rice. My favorite rice is Calrose rice. It's kind of like a sticky rice. So I got lots of it for the week. Next is these chickpeas that I cooked up from dry in my Instant Pot. So half of it is just to put over rice, and the other half is the most delicious hummus I've ever made. Really, really good. So I made this cheese sauce. Made this out of potatoes, red pepper, and butternut squash. So this is like a nacho cheese sauce. You can put it over potatoes or broccoli or chips or whatever. Finally, I cooked up a whole bunch of potatoes. So these I just steamed in my Instant Pot. So for when I really don't know or don't have time to make supper, all I do is just cut these up, fry them in a pan with no oil, of course, just with salt and seasonings, and a really, really good supper. Really fills me up. Gonna clean my fridge now. It's a mess. But for today, I'm making myself a pizza. It is Saturday, and I told myself that I would treat myself one day a week, but trying to keep it still really healthy. So I used one of these crusts here, and then I sauteed in water just the spinach, the red pepper, the mushrooms, and the green onions. Cooked those up first, and then I put them in the pan. So it fits pretty perfectly in the pan. Have a nice little rim there around it. I did put like a little spacer on the bottom. I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, so it's not resting right on the bottom of the pan. It's just a little bit elevated. This helps it not burn and just melt in there. But I do need to cover it. And I used some of this cheese here. I put it before I put the vegetables so that it melts right into the crust as opposed to the top. First, I prepare the noodles. In this case, you could also do rice. So I just cover the bottom of the pan with water, and then I add my noodles once I get it going. Then I find it doesn't have to be fully covered. As long as you put a lid on it, eventually it cooks. Only takes about 5 minutes, not even. Next, I prepare my veggies, specifically the hard veggies. So I cut those up and put those to cook first because they take a little bit longer. Next, I cut my soft veggies. So today I was using some zucchinis and mushrooms. So if you like your broccoli really tender, you could have put it at the same time as the carrot, but I like mine with a little bit of a bite left, so I cook it one of the last things. So at this point, you just want to steam the vegetables, stir them up, and it's a good idea to cover it to keep the steam in. If you want to add spices, you can do that before covering it up. Once the veggies are tender like you like them, I set them aside for the last phase of this stir fry. So for your protein, you could use something cleaner like tofu, but I want to treat myself. This was Sunday after all, so crispy chicken is what I chose. It's one of my favorites. I really like the sauce that comes with it. once your protein is nice and crispy, you want to add everything back in. So I added all the veggies and the noodles back in. And final step, add the sauce that comes with it and mix it all together. So that's about it for my meals this week. All the meal planning that I did, made a bunch of different new meals, and I also had the weekend meals a little bit more elaborate when I can cook in my van. So if you'd like to see more recipe videos on my channel, just let me know in the comments below.